Hi everyone, my name is Safania Pereira, and my thesis research for this semester, the final semester, is creating research behind creating an online community of practice for agile and tech companies, where new employees will be able to use this website or this service to grow, to learn, and as well as find all the information or the data they need as they start their journey at this new company. So there's a lot of different aspects of primary research. The first thing that we need to look at is the whole idea behind a community of practice. There are different components and aspects to a community of practice. We will look at the first question I would look at is, what's the purpose of a community of practice? The main purpose is to develop members and potential employees' capabilities to build and exchange knowledge. Who does this community of practice belong to? Members who select themselves, basically. What holds this online COP together? Passion, commitment, identification with the group's expertise. And how long can this online group continue or persist? As long as there is an interest in maintaining the group. So a community of practice can be compared with different other teams or projects, like a formal work group, a project team, or an informal network. But we're looking at communities of practices in general. And COPs can be used in agile companies or tech companies in different ways. You have an architecture COP, an agile COP, or a testing COP. These three categories have been defined by the SAFe organization, SAFE, Agile Safe, where you can do your PMP certifications, Agile for Team certifications, so on and so forth, because they have understood and learned and accepted the value of COPs. So that's the second aspect of, there is so much of importance and value in creating this kind of an organization or COP or group within an organization to support and help new employees that have just kickstarted their journey at that specific company. And so there are examples of organizations that have imbibed and used these COPs. The first is Hewlett Packard, you've got Siemens, you've got World Bank, and all their software organizations have started using these places because there's several employees all over the world that might be working for the same organization or the same set of products or features, but they'll be in different countries, in different cities, and if it's remote work, then they're not always going to have a manager or a team lead at their disposal to support them and help them or explain a certain concept, or point them in the direction of what they need. And that's where we can use the COP online, which can be integrated into their organization website, that will support the employees with their needs, with their formal needs. What is an online COP? These are organized groups of people who have a common interest in a specific technical or business domain. They collaborate regularly to share information, improve their skills, and actively work on advancing their general knowledge of the domain. So the second aspect is, now I've talked about types of COPs, I want to zone in on the building blocks of a COP. And all this is included in the research of my thesis. We've got domain, we've got practice, and we've got community. The domain is what the people care about. Practice is what do they do together about what they care about. And community is who are the people who care about this. So that is basically what a community of practice is. And with that, we go to some of the other research that I've included in my thesis, and I'll discuss in brief as to work that can be done before creating, or some of the research work that can be done to establish what is required in the COP, why the COP is required, who will it target, or who is it specifically going to support. And so some of the research that I have given in quite a lot of detail in my thesis is some of the, let's say, the strategies we can use is community asset mapping, small area analysis, and SWOT, where mapping who the community is, understanding what the needs and requires are, and of course the strengths, weakness, SWOT analysis that can be used in great detail. And so my thesis has used surveys to find out the pain points that new employees go through, and that has been written in my thesis as well. All the aspects that I've talked about are given in great detail in my thesis. This is the research that I've done behind what are COPs, why they are needed, what are the building blocks of COPs, why agile and tech companies can use them, what are the pain points that new employees go through, what are some of the problems that can be solved by using a COP, and also how you can create a COP, and the thesis and the data, the research and the data that can go behind it and can support the need to create a COP, and then some other features of a COP. Thank you.